Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host Jeffrey Lazarus, and you are watching Welcome to Gears of War Judgment on the Gaming Vector. Gears of War Judgment is the fourth game in the Gears of War franchise, a prequel to the previous titles in the series, developed by Epic Games and People Can Fly. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they've given us here. First off, we're going to take a look at the Xbox Live Marketplace. As you can see, there is a VIP pass. This is your basic season pass. Includes DLC and VIP-specific character and weapon skins. As you can see, you can also buy weapon skins, character skins, and double XP. The double XP boosters are fairly reasonably priced. For $1, I believe, you get, yes, $1, you get 10 matches of double XP. You can get 200 matches for, I believe, $10. So, reasonably priced, as I said. However, these skins are not so reasonably priced, but they are cosmetic. They don't actually grant you new weapons, new abilities, or any kind of power. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff. Here you've got your basic stats and awards. As you can see by my kill-death ratio, I am terrible at multiplayer, but we are going to take a look at it. There you can see your achievements and all of your achievement trackers. There you can see the collectibles, COG tags from what I've seen so far. You can see all of the ribbons that you earn, such as the double, kill 2 opponents quickly in a row, so on and so forth. Standard multiplayer fare. Most of this stuff also applies to single player as well. Things such as You're It or Cluster Luck apply to single player matches as well. The medal system from the previous games has also returned, whereby, for instance, getting so many kills with a heavy weapon will earn me the 1-star version of this medal, and so on and so forth. It tiers up. These are simply titles that go by your name in multiplayer, nothing more. It's kind of a way to show off your skill at the game. And then, of course, leaderboards for versus, survival, and campaign. We'll talk about survival momentarily. As you can see here, character setup. These are the different skins. Now, as you can see on some of these early ones, this is for the sawed-off shotgun. All of the weapons have the same possible skins. You've got the default, and then you've got various ones that are earned from prize boxes, which we'll talk about the prize box mechanic here shortly. So you've got 3 tiers of them. There are normal prize box that are rewarded for killing enemies. Rare prize boxes that contain things like the gold camo that are awarded for getting ribbons, and epic prize boxes that are awarded for leveling up. Also here we've got the weapon skins that you can purchase. So for instance, if I wanted, say, let's look at Imperial. If I wanted the Imperial weapon skin, and I believe this unlocks across all weapons, you are looking at $3 for that weapon skin. $3 for a single weapon skin. Also, there are different character skins. These can be unlocked the same way. As you can see, I've already earned a couple, the Mummy skin and Cell Shaded. There are also ones that can be purchased. So, for instance, say I wanted the Bacon character skin. This is a $4 armor skin for a character. Down here is where you will open your prize boxes. As I said before, they're awarded for killing enemies, getting ribbons, or leveling up. That's why the XP boosts can be important if you don't have a lot of time to play but you want to unlock things. You can get that, level up, get the epic prize boxes, maybe get some cool gear. As you can also see, there are 9 playable characters for multiplayer. So you've got Damon, Sophia, Augustus, and Garen. These are the members of Kilo Squad, the focus of this game. Also, you've got Cole, Garen, and Yes, you've got Cole and Garen in their Aftermath skins. This is a second campaign that's built into the game, and these can be unlocked. All of these are unlocked, all of the characters, simply by playing the game and earning very specific things, such as 126 stars on any difficulty, or survive the 10th wave of survival, so on and so forth. So let's talk about survival momentarily. Survival is... it's much like Horde mode in the previous games, where it's a group of players trying to hold out against just wave after wave of enemies. But it's a little different in that in Gears of War 3, you could pick a specific base and build fortifications around that. In this one, there are 3 specific locations across the map that have to be protected, and you will start at one location. If you lose that, that's where the enemy spawn point becomes, and you're pushed back to the next location, and you have to try and survive as long as possible. It's very similar to Rush mode in the Battlefield series, except you're playing against AI. Now, in Versus Multiplayer, which we'll take a look at near the end of the video, you have your standard playlists. Overrun is survival, except the Locust that are invading and trying to take those points are players rather than AI. You've got your typical free-for-all, 10 players, kill anything that moves. You've got your Domination, which is your 3 capture points on the map. The longer you hold each point, you gain more points towards victory. And your Team Deathmatch, 5-on-5, first team to 50 wins. You've also got private versus matches that you can set up with bots and friends, allowing you to customize settings. So for instance, you can turn on or off mercy rules and overrun, whereas if the second attacking team beats the first attacking team's score, the game immediately ends. Whereas with mercy rules off, that would not happen. Say the attacking team the first time managed to destroy 1 point, and the attacking team the second time managed to destroy 2 points, which would net them a win. The game continues on. You've also got special event. So down here, for instance, this is launch week. They have Domination with breach shots and spot grenades. And you also have a VIP playlist for people who purchase the VIP pass. And these will include all of the DLC, obviously, since the VIP pass owners will be getting all of the DLC. And this playlist also features double XP. So a little incentive for buying the VIP pack is you do get double XP and you get a specific playlist just for people who have that pack, so you can play all of your DLC. Now, before we go any further, let's talk a little bit about campaign. We have Judgment Campaign, which is the main story for this game. And throughout the campaign, you will earn stars. Earning stars will help you unlock things, such as the skin packs. You also have the Aftermath campaign. The Aftermath campaign is unlocked once you have 40 stars in the regular campaign. So let's go ahead in here. We can jump in and take a look at difficulty settings. So casual earns you bronze stars, normal earns you silver, and hardcore earns you gold. And I believe once you've completed the game on hardcore, you can unlock insane difficulty, which will unlock onyx stars. These all earn you the same types of unlocks. And here we've got a game where I've already started playing, so we're going to go ahead and continue from there. We'll do a little bit of talking about the gameplay, and then we'll probably jump in and show you overrun mode. So they have made a few minor changes that actually greatly alter the way the game feels. Number one, in previous Gears of War games, all of your weapon swapping, including grenades, was done with the D-pad, which made it very slow-paced because you needed to kind of set in cover as you wanted to swap weapons. In this one, you instead swap weapons using the Y button. We're going to go ahead and set up these turrets here.
Here's a souvenir.
Also, your grenades are now on the left bumper. You don't have to switch to them to immediately throw them. And then this here is classified intel. So you can accept to declassify, and this will make the mission harder, but it will net you more stars, earning you your unlocks quicker. So as you can see here, the declassification for this means that Nemesis will join the ground attack that's incoming. We're going to go ahead and accept that, and you can see your star rating up in the left-hand corner.
We didn't have to worry about any Nemesis.
Now with these turrets, I can pick them up with X, set them back down with B, and also during the course of the fight you'll see that I'll have to also refill the ammunition on those turrets. So we're going to go ahead and grab some weapons here. We've got some grenades, more grenades, ammunition. It's all very typical Gears of Warfare. Going to grab this Lancer and this Gnasher shotgun. And as you can see, the enemy wave is incoming, so we've got our defenses set up out here, and let's see what we can do about this. Now, this is very much the, hold your position style of gameplay. We're going to go ahead and toss a grenade over there. As you can see, it's all typical Gears of Warfare. There's nothing new or very special about how this is all done.
Get those guns up and running! Stop, we're getting a 4 minute here! There should be 3 more than you need!
And there you can see the Nemesis coming in. Now, if I hadn't accepted the declassification, that wouldn't have happened. Here you can also see the gun has gone down, needs to be reloaded. So, some new mechanics, nothing too out of the ordinary, nothing too different, but just enough to add a little flair to the game and actually seems to make it move a bit faster.
Bring it on!
So things are a lot more frantic in this game than they have been in previous titles in the series. As you can see, the AI teammates actually do a pretty good job setting up defensive positions. They're staying on the balconies, they're picking off the enemies from a distance. Once again, turret needs to be reloaded, so we'll run over here and do this.
They keep coming! Come get me!
Now, Epic Games also touted with this game their new Smart Spawn system, which would spawn different enemies depending on how you're playing. I have seen different sets of enemies spawn, but I haven't seen it really dynamically change. For instance, I've had moments where I'll be in an area and I'll be fighting, say, groups of Theron guards. And I'll fail, respawn, and instead of Theron guards, it'll now be, say, Cantus, monks, and boomers. Die again, and it goes back to Theron guards. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if their smart spawn system doesn't work the way they say it does, or if I just haven't really seen it in full action yet. So, hopefully, we will see that come to more fruition later on in the game. But as of right now, I haven't really seen it work as they've said it was going to. This is another nice feature. Now your grenades will actually stick to enemies when thrown, so you don't have to walk up and tag an enemy. So as I said, if you're a Gears of War fan, you've probably already purchased this, and you're probably enjoying it very much. And if you're not a fan, there's really nothing here in the campaign that's going to change your mind. Say it's still your basic gunplay.
Love these things.
So from here, I believe we will go ahead and move into showing you some multiplayer. We'll take a look at Overrun mode, possibly the most interesting mode in the game at this point. And we will see you again after the cut. And here we are back taking a look at Overrun mode in Gears of War Judgment. So, Overrun mode is, as I explained before, similar to Rush mode in Battlefield, where there are 3 points that need to be taken by one team and the other team is trying to protect them. And as you take each point, the defending team is forced to move back. In this case, the COG are defending. And as you can see here, we're actually going to be playing as the Locust to start out with. We're going to be the attackers. So we have different creatures to choose from, and they all have kind of different abilities and loadouts. The COG also have something very similar. So we're going to go ahead and take a Grenadier here. Now, as you can see in the upper right, we have the grenade ability. In this case, instead of carrying actual grenades, your grenade for the Grenadier is an ability. So it's on cooldown. Every so often you can throw another one. As you can see over there, there's a turret that's been set up, it looks like. And you can see the damage numbers popping off of it.
Look at that.
And you'll see this as well with all of the defenses. So on the COG side, as you'll see while we're playing through here, they also have multiple classes as well, such as that right there was a medic. I managed to kill myself with that grenade. That right there was a medic. They carry stim gas grenades so that they can essentially heal their teammates and revive them without having to run into the melee. That there is a spot grenade that was thrown by a COG sniper that will mark us for the enemy team so that they can locate where we're coming from and do as much damage as possible. They also have soldiers who can throw out ammo packs for their teammates. Right there you can see the effects of the stim grenade if you saw that blue cross flashing over that character. That shows that they're being healed by a stim gas grenade. And aside from the soldier, they also have the engineer. Now the engineer throws down those turrets you were seeing earlier. Still a spot grenade up here. Don't really want to go that way. Although maybe I can draw some attention if I do, and my teammates can get around the other side. So it's a risk-reward. You have to kind of decide what's going to be best for you. Now, I don't know. Yes, you can be revived by regular drones. I know that the Cantus can heal and revive teammates much easier and from somewhat of a distance. Oh, and I'm surrounded. But the COG engineers have a repair tool that will allow them to repair these fortifications that we're trying to destroy, and they also can throw out turrets. We're just going to try and support this guy a little bit, and that failed immeasurably. You can see some shots coming in from some of the bigger creatures now. and just hoping I can get a revive. There's a Cerapede, one of the bigger creatures that you may have seen in the character listing. And here, we've opened up the emergence hole. So this is the point we were trying to capture. So now this becomes our spawn point, as you'll see is evidenced here on the map. And they have a new emergence hole to try and cover. If we manage to take this one, they'll be pushed back to their generator, and then we can finish them off from there. So we're going to move up, and nice little effect. You've got the krill coming out of the emergence hole, if you remember them from the first game. And there's another one of those engineer turrets. I'm going to go ahead and toss a grenade at it, see if we can't take it out. They've got a couple of engineers up here, it looks like. As you can see, the damage numbers popping up again off of the different fortifications as we try and take them out. And that's one down. So we're going to go ahead and move up a little bit here and see what we can see. There's another turret. Those things do a fair amount of damage pretty quickly, as evidenced by the almost insta-kill when I stepped in front of it. But now, all I can show you is Cerapede or a Rager. Ragers are the new enemy in the game. We're going to go ahead and try them out. So, as you can see, I can charge, which is your basic roadie run. I can shoot, and I can enrage. Now, this is one of the new weapons, the Breach Shot. It's got 4 shots, fairly powerful. No scope to speak of, no real zoom. Let's go ahead and reload that, and we might rage just to show you the transformation. Now, you'll run into these guys in the campaign, and from what I found, the easiest way to take them out is just throw a grenade at them, stick them right in the face with it. Alternatively, headshots also work. Oh, and look at that, we've already opened the second emergence hole. So, in my personal opinion, this is the most fun of the multiplayer modes. I'm not a big fan of the team deathmatch or any of that type of stuff in this particular game. I never really have been in the Gears franchise because it seems they've always just turned into shotgun fests. And that's not fun to me. Granted, I realize that that's my own opinion, and let's see if we can't. This is one problem about overrun mode. I can't say, hey, I just want to stop and switch characters. I was going to rage there on her. Couldn't pull it off. But you can't just stop and say, I want to switch characters. Because once the defenses are down, maybe I want to be a rager. Maybe I want to be able to run through and bust everything up. But while the defenses are up, I would really rather have a ticker or a grenadier, because I can just flat do more damage against the defenses that way. You know, I can sit here with the Lancer and just pump shots into the thing, and I can stick a grenade on there, and whereas the Rager, I mean, really all I've got is the Breach Shot and melee attacks, and I'm not sure how much damage the Rager's melee attack would really do. Lob a shot over there. So this is the Cerapede. I'm sure everybody remembers this nasty fella from Gears 3. And we're just going to launch our nice little acid spit. There you can see a Rager doing his thing. And as you can see, one of the mechanics with Serapede, now that I've taken enough damage, I can't actually rear up and do my spit attack as I was doing earlier. So there I get taken out by a shotgun. But I can bring another Serapede to the party if I so desire. I don't think I'm going to. I'll actually bring back the Grenadier. This is still my favorite Locust to play. Just because they're not such one-note characters as some of the other members of the Locust Horde. For instance, that Mauler, for instance, right there, he really only has a couple of things he can do, and they all require being in melee range. The Grenadier, I've got a rifle, I've got a shotgun, I've got grenades. So it's a matter of, do you want to try and be an all-around character, or do you want to very much specialize in your role? So, before we end here, and there's the generator destroyed. Before we end here, let's talk about final verdict on Gears of War Judgment. From what I've seen so far, as I stated earlier, if you're a fan of the franchise, you've probably already bought this, and it's a solid game. It's a solid Gears of War experience. I haven't seen any real bugs or glitches, no real lag even in the multiplayer, which is surprising. Alternatively, if you're not a fan of the Gears of War franchise, say you have played it before and just didn't really like it, this isn't going to change your mind. So here real quick before we start, you can see the engineer with the Nasher and repair tool, the deploy sentry ability, the soldier with his weapons and the ammo ability, the scout who has sniper, can throw beacon grenades and can climb to high areas, and the medic who has Lancer, sawed-off shotgun, and the stim gas grenades we were talking about earlier. But like I was saying, if you're a fan of the franchise, then you've probably already bought this. If you're not a fan of the franchise, there's no reason for you to buy this. It's not going to change your mind. So, that's it for me. I have been Jeffrey Lazarus. You have been watching The Gaming Vector, and thank you for watching.